What's Happening Hoke Show. I'm Nunn.
And I'm Glen Young.
Come on in.
What's Happening Hoke? We're live at Our Daily Bread Cafe for week 3 of the What's Happening Hoke Show. Coming up on today's show, we got Larry Long, the legend, talking about the races at the Rock of Hoke.
The Rockfish Speedway.
It was outstanding. I was out there. I was pumped up for it. Then we're going to talk a little bit of news, weather, and a little bit of politics too. Plus a bunch of upcoming events that you don't want to miss. So we'll be right back after this.
Welcome back to the What's Happening Hoke Show. We are live, recorded right here at Our Daily Bread Cafe in Rockfish. There's some folks over at the counter eating, having some food. I'm sure Glen's going to try some baked spaghetti later on.
Definitely. They're checking us out too. How y'all doing over there?
But sponsored by Rockfish Speedway, the Rock of Hoke County. And the Daily Bread Cafe is open, I think it's Tuesday through Saturday. So come on by, try out some of the food, and check them out on Facebook. But we're going to get the show started off with some weather. What's going on? It feels like it's February.
Well, a lot of cool nights. You see I broke out the sweat. I'm cold. You know, I came in with the sweatshirt. I put it away. Had to bring it back out. Rain dominates the news as far as this week.
All weekend?
20% chance tonight, 58 degrees. Friday, 79 degrees the high, but we only get a low of 61. Still 20% chance. Saturday's 84 degrees is high, which is looking good. But still a 20% chance of
still got the rain
possibility. Yeah, still rain possibility. So 20% we're probably not going to get it.
What about race time?
Race time? We're looking at kicking off at 6 o'clock, maybe 5:30 or so in there, where they'll be finished with the heats. At race time, it should be at a balmy 84 degrees.
Oh, that's
don't look like it's not going to look like it rains. There's low chance of rain. I talked to Larry earlier. He said we're going to be good. So hey, be out there.
All right, Saturday at Rockfish Speedway and
the Rock of Hoke.
The Rock of Hoke County, buddy, and it's we're growing. They had over 30. We'll get into the sports later on, but we got to talk. We got to tackle some news stuff right now, and obviously our local news source is the News Journal. Glen has one there. It's my boss. Hey, everybody. But anyway, the News Journal came out this Wednesday. You can get it right here at Our Daily Bread Cafe. We want you to check it out and be aware of the issues going on in your community. And I guess none other greater than the tax bill that's been put before the North Carolina General Assembly. There's a story in by Catherine Shepard this week about they wrote the bill to put it on the ballot in November to raise the taxes to help pay for the addition to Hoke County High School. You know, a lot of controversy there because some folks want them to build a new high school. First of all,
I'm one of them.
I think we need a new high school. Mostly everybody, I don't know, but maybe 2 or 3 people that I've talked to that said they wanted to add on to the school. Most everybody I talked to wants a new school out here in the new part of the county, in Rockfish, or maybe
new hard stand building, because the little modular trailers, and they have nowhere else to grow. And if you put it about center based in the county, when you talk about transportation and buses and routes to school, how long it takes the kids to get into school, that's a factor as well. So bring it, up this way a little bit, and go from there.
Yeah,
they need a new school.
You sort of disperse the amount of traffic, the amount of attendance. But then you got the folks that are saying, why not take the high school and make it, one big high school? You can stay 4A. Everybody wants to stay 4A. But truly, the high school, Hoke County High School is a great school. My boys, all 3 of my boys went there. Your kids went there. But we got to grow, and we need new buildings, we need new ideas, and we need...
Stop being so resistant to change.
Right, so let's...
you topped that, I think. 2,000 students was last year's enrollment. Hey, we got it, and we're always competing in the Big 4A talking about sports.
Right.
So let's have a quality setting. If you build it, they will come.
Right.
And
a technical school, maybe something.
We've got the room.
We got the trade. We got Raekwon here from IMPI Network. Doing our video production, so if you need him, check him out on Facebook, Raekwon, IMPI Network. Glen does GPS photography and video, but in the tax bill, what they did is they put together a bill that would raise our taxes, and they had to go through the North Carolina House and North Carolina Senate, and they wanted to put it on the ballot in November. But the big issue is this November is not a statewide ballot. It's municipal.
So it's not going to be on the ballot.
It can't be on the ballot. So they wrote the bill to put it
about nothing.
Right. They wrote the bill to put it on the ballot. Here's the funny part: Republicans, Democrats both voted for it. Mm-hmm. I mean, so they didn't really read it.
And now we can't even vote for it.
We can't vote for it unless the governor calls for a special election, which some people have said he may do because of the roads in North Carolina. Mm-hmm. You know, obviously we had some road issues. We talked about it last week. Right. So maybe if he puts up
specifically impacts Hoke County.
Oh, this is a Hoke County?
Yeah.
No, he would put something on for the state. Mm-hmm. So then it would be a statewide election.
Okay.
And then you could put a bond or a referendum up like they want to do. Mm-hmm. But right now they did the bill and they can't even do it. So keep your eyes open for the tax bill, and we'll get you more information about that. What else in news?
Speaking of elections, and we all saw it this week, Hillary Clinton is now running for president, as well as a various large crowd of a plethora, if you will, of Republicans that are running.
Well, they're going to do that.
I'm a registered Democrat. I already know who I'm voting for.
I know
He's a Republican.
He knows.
I like Coke. He likes Pepsi. I think he likes Pepsi. But the point I want to make, Diet Pepsi. But the point I want to make is this: no vote, no choice.
That's right. You
no vote, no choice. And you know what the voter registration law is. Mm-hmm. You need an ID. Go get your ID so you can vote.
That's right.
And you found something this week that you can get the ID at the DMV.
At the DMV right here in on 401 Business in Rayford, you can go in there, and if you're not getting not a driver's license, mm-hmm. it's called a state ID.
Right.
Now my mom is 81. She is here living with us in town in a facility here in Rayford. Mm-hmm. And she didn't have an updated. She had her old driver's license, expired like 10, 20 years ago. Right. But she was in the system.
She was still in the system.
So all she had to do was walk in there with her a copy of her birth certificate or even her old driver's license that is expired. Mm-hmm. And they punched her up and said, yep, that's you. They looked at the picture. Here's your ID. It's not a driver's license. It's just a statewide ID. And it was free.
And, you know, we're back and forth on it. I understand people that are protesting against it. Yeah. It doesn't empower the person to go out and vote. But you got to realize what went into play when people were actually could not vote. Uh-oh. A lot of people died. And, hey, look at this. All right. Let me take a quick second here.
Show some of that on there.
Oh, boy. Look at this. What we got here?
It's the Wayside.
Okay. And
the Wayside.
I'm new. I'm Christine.
Christine. How you doing, Christine? And this is the Wayside Burger?
Yes.
So this is something new?
I'm new.
Okay, but the burger's not.
No.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, we're definitely going to try this up later.
Yeah, I'm going to try that during the break. Right. The Wayside Burger.
Hey.
I hope you enjoy it.
I will. Thank you. That's Christine. You got to come down here, check out Our Daily Bread, and get you something to eat. It's a great atmosphere. Whether you're coming on a date or whether you're going to bring your family, you can do it.
Come on family night, Thursday night especially, the baked spaghetti.
But back to my point, and I'm going to cut this very short. I'm not going to get on a big soapbox. You know what the voter registration law is. You know what the medical law is. Okay, the Obamacare bill. Mm-hmm. Both of them are laws. Now you can be for, against, or whatever, but they're both laws. So get used to it. They're not going anywhere. As far as the vote, no choice. Go get your ID so you be ready to go and vote in the 2016 election.
And if it's free, why not?
Now the gubernatorial race, is that up for this year?
No, the governor's race is not. This is a municipality race that's running. And the Rayford City Council, you mentioned that earlier. There's 3 seats up for the Rayford City Council. Bob Conley, John Jordan, and Mary Neal King are all 3 running, are on the city council. I'm not sure if they're all running again, but there are 3 seats on the city council. I don't live in the city, so I can't vote for the city municipal election. However, if we go with a state, if the governor imposes a statewide election, then they may see that referendum on the ballot for our school tax money. But we're going to have to take a break because Raekwon just gave us the signal. Yeah. So we'll take a quick break. We'll come right back with more of the What's Happening Hoke show from Our Daily Bread Cafe. Back at Our Daily Bread Cafe, got some of the sweet tea. And we are getting ready to continue on with some news items of the day. The first thing that I had off the top of my head was in our paper. Obviously, you probably have to flip it over, but somebody got caught with about 434 marijuana plants.
$340,000 worth.
I'm telling you what, folks.
Wow.
I mean, in my opinion, it's coming. So you know,
Lee
you got
Rockfish, 64 years of age.
Yep. Seattle, Colorado, and Washington have passed some sort of marijuana laws, and in my opinion,
it's legal.
And it's legal for medical marijuana, and some of them for leisure activity or whatever. I do believe some states are going to start passing more and more laws for marijuana use. The question I had, as being a veteran, and you're a veteran as well, we are in a state with no marijuana laws.
No.
And if a veteran smokes marijuana and they go to the VA for testing and they get caught, they could lose their VA benefits.
Exactly. Lose their benefits.
But what does a veteran do in Colorado?
Well, he has to follow the same laws that's in place by the Veterans Administration.
So federal.
If you get caught federal. If you get caught with any type of misdemeanor or felony charge, you not only could lose your VA
liable.
benefits, you could lose your VA retirement.
Absolutely.
And so that's huge.
That's huge.
Now, as far as soldiers on active duty, we know they're still under the Uniform Code of Military Justice.
Right.
And
That's active duty.
you know that's just the way it is. You know, it's not legal for us.
No.
You know. So we fight for the rights for everybody else, but we don't have that right.
All right.
And to me, you can have your own personal opinion about marijuana. Impaired is impaired. So when you talk about someone out there that's driving, if they're drunk or they're high, are they still impaired?
There's levels of impairment. You know, it used to be way up there for North Carolina, and then they dropped it down. So it is definitely a topic that is going to be talked about in the future.
Now, the medical marijuana part, I mean, have you ever seen someone that is passing with cancer?
Or has seizures.
Has seizures as well. You've seen the, and they had a story on this week, actually, CBS News, about a child that took the medical marijuana. It was like in a vitamin form or a cookie
Or like
form,
yeah.
and it stopped his seizures.
Yeah, and there's one in North Carolina, I think, that did it. The kid has a very serious illness,
Right.
And the parents didn't give him marijuana smoking it. They gave him the THC, liquid, liquid,
the drops.
the drops, and it helped them with their seizures. So I do see some validity to having
The medical, I'm all on board of that. And like I said, back to anyone that's been on cancer
Or pain,
treatments or
serious
serious pain, they need it. But that's the medical side. There's a clear separation between medical marijuana and just normal use and the legalization of marijuana.
Yeah, I would like to see some research on the pain side, because I deal with pain every day, and I'd like to see some relief there. But there was a young 23-year-old fella, Dante Locklear, allegedly accused of rape. And I don't like to talk too much about the negative, but folks, it's the news and it's stuff that you got to be aware of. And we talked about the city council, and in this week's paper, and the chief of police was suspended. Whoa! Look, alert!
Yeah.
The chief of police, good friend of mine, Kemp Crumpler, was suspended, but they call it a residency issue about where he lived, from where he moved from one house to another, and all that stuff.
So he sold his house
and moved to another location, which was like 500 feet outside the city limits.
But wow.
So
he knew all this before he moved?
Well, I don't know.
I
think it's a technicality somebody brought to the attention.
You got to wonder.
And so you have to give him.
So he was out of work for a week.
He's probably on vacation.
But I don't know. That's a tough call.
That's a tough one. But that and in this week's paper, the city of Rayford tax listing. Now wait till that Hoke County tax listing comes out. It'll be like 2 pages. But your name, if you owe back taxes, your name is authorized to be published in the paper.
There you go.
So pay your taxes.
Like if you
yesterday was tax
felony or whatever. Yeah. Did you get yours filed in time?
I did an extension this year.
Oh, I got mine in. I already knew the result.
And it hit you.
Take your pain now or take it later.
I'm gonna have to take mine later. I got to get the boys out of school for a little while, so I filed an extension.
But more importantly, you got the extension in, or you filed it. If you didn't, the worst thing you can do is not file.
Don't
file an extension, because that's gonna hit you.
I use a CPA downtown. Won't mention the name unless she wants to do a sponsorship.
Well, she sure can.
All right, tax day, city of Rayford. I think I'm done with regular news.
Well,
what else you got?
The biggest thing I want to talk about before we bring on the sports segment, we got Larry Long. I want to talk about the upcoming events in the month of April.
Ooh, there's a lot of them.
So this weekend we got the Rockfish Fire Department from 11 to 6, right across the street here, is doing a spaghetti fundraiser.
Okay.
Then on the 21st, of April is the Special Olympics.
Yep, that's next Tuesday.
That's next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. I'll be out there.
And that's going to be at the high school?
Yep.
Right there at Raz Archery Stadium. The 23rd, the city council meeting here at Rockfish. That's going to be over there at the flea market. Community.
Yeah. We're not a city yet.
Well, the community meeting. Your meeting is going to be over at the flea mall.
At the U-Haul
building. Right there where the racetrack is. And GPS photography and video will be covering that. And then on the 16th of May, at Kangaroo Days, it's the second annual GPS shootout. And you're going to see some of the finest cars and bikes. I was going to say cars and bikes. Cars and bikes out there.
And models. Go ahead.
Go ahead. We're going to have, there's obviously going to be some models posing with the cars and bikes. If you've got a bike or a car that you would like to bring out there, have a model shot on it, give me a call at 910-257-0526. It's a networking event of models, photographers, so they can get together and network.
Or simply just go to Facebook. Go to Facebook, look up GPS photography and video. And let me tell you this about this deal. If you get on one of them bikes and cars, or the young lady gets on and does a modeling job, they could be published in a magazine.
Exactly. And speaking of which, if you make your way down to Andy's house, Andy's Rayford, Andy's of Rayford, I shot a model down there, Jackie Poplar, in a pinup. That was published in Babaloo Beauties magazine. So I took the magazine down, gave it to the manager, and he's got her poster up on his wall now.
You should bring it in and set it up on the table.
Well, I'll tell you, next week I'll bring in Jackie's poster.
All right.
Now you can get that poster now.
All right.
$15. GPSphotovideo.com.
Right.
And she'll sign and autograph it. So, hey, maybe I can get Jackie on the show. You think?
That'd be good.
Okay, I'm going to talk to her.
All right. What else you got news-wise?
News-wise, that is pretty much it, my man. Coming up next, we got the sports segment. The Rock of Hoke. Yeah, there were some crazy races. You don't want to miss it. We'll be right back after this. And we're back with the sports segment of the What's Happening Hoke show, once again live at our Daily Bread Cafe this week and every week. You know how earlier the Wayside burger that Christine brought in, that was actually Raekwon's burger.
What?
So I was about to take
How
his
does he
food.
get to eat now?
I don't know, man. But he's back there behind the camera. He gets away with that
All
stuff.
right.
But my baked spaghetti is on the way. This Thursday special, the baked spaghetti, right here at our Daily Bread Cafe. Come on down, check it out. It's great. $6.95. Can't beat that.
All right.
Our guest on sports, the Rock of Hope fit. The Rock,
the legendary,
kicked off this weekend.
Great show.
Larry Long.
I'll tell you what, we had a great show, had great attendance, and everything went so smooth. You know, opening day, I don't care what kind of sport it was, football, basketball, it had some glitches, you know.
Yeah.
Everything went perfect just about for us, just about
Knock on wood. Knock on wood. You had about 30 cars out there. Were you pleased with the car count?
Yeah, but this week we're going to have more.
Wow.
And one guy came from as far away as Summerville, South Carolina.
Right, and we had one from Jacksonville, North Carolina.
So, wasn't that many wrecks.
No.
But, I mean, it was exciting.
Oh, yeah.
I was up there on the top level filming, and, man, there were some competitive things going on, especially in the 270s.
Oh, yeah.
But, man, I had a great time. I had a lot of fun.
Is that the first time you ever been out there?
That was the first time I've been out there to actually seen the races.
Where he could watch the races.
I was actually watching. I was in tune with it. I was actually going downstairs on the one race. I'm not trying to get away, but on the 270s, when Colton Beasley was racing against Brittany Trogdon. And she passed him. But what I didn't know that there was a caution early. So I went downstairs and said, hey, didn't she pass him? Did she win? He said, no, Glen, there was a caution back there. So I was starting to get amped up just like I was on the football field. I said, hey, man, what are you doing?
Hey, mark my words on Brittany Trogdon. She's going to win a race this year.
Oh, yeah. She won a couple last year.
She's going to win a race.
That was exciting.
It was.
She's a tough competitor. Colton himself is a tough competitor. But Brittany Trogdon and both Colton Beasley are two young stars in the racing series. And so what was the biggest, what was your showcase event this weekend?
Well, I'd say it was probably the 270s. That was a good field of cars. Everybody had a good time. And, of course, Colton Beasley outrun another Rockfish driver, Matt Jones, and Andrew Yoko out of Spring Lake come home in the third spot. And the young man come all the way from Jacksonville to race with us. Lucas Pearson was fourth. And one of our rookie drivers, Ben McCall, who moved up out of the go-kart race.
Yeah, Ben.
He finished 5th.
It's pretty good for Ben. The 270 series has been running now for a couple of years. This year you've started the 600 series, and of course, as you're building a series, now last year it was every now and then, but now it's every weekend, right?
That's right, and I tell you what, it's going to be a very competitive division. Not only the 600s, but the 270s are going to grow. The legend cars will grow this week, and of course I'm looking for 8 to 10 in at least the next couple of weeks. I mean, this class is going to grow, and the go-karts may take a little while, but I think they'll get there.
Well, I think what we need to do next week is you need to bring in one of the little model legend cars so we can show them what it looks like. And Glen over at GPS Photography and Video is probably going to post some video from that event.
Yeah.
And
definitely will have DVDs on sale this week out there.
Yep.
The races that just took place. One of the best moments I had was in the micros. Levi Brown won the race.
You're sitting right over there
Yeah.
chowing down on some barbecue.
Is he over there?
No, he's going to come over later.
Okay, good.
Right after we get done with Larry.
When he finished his race and spun out.
Burnout.
He did a burnout.
He did a burnout.
Okay, well, I got amped up. I'm like, look at this kid out here. So, yeah, I want to talk to that young guy.
All right.
I had a lot of fun watching him.
Let's see. We did who won the 600s? We ain't talked about the winner.
Rocket Man, Dale Arnold.
He's something else,
Hey.
man. He ain't no joke.
You talk about dominated. That wasn't a man.
Well, how
They
big
never
the lead
caught
was?
it. The whole race.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking about from pole
So they couldn't get to
pole.
it.
No.
Jason
Never got
Brown
close.
tried.
Did anybody check his motor?
No,
They ain't gotta
he
check
was,
it.
He was flying.
They need to check his foot.
Yeah, he was flying.
Jason Brown went in the number 2 spot. Fred Prosperity was 3rd, and then Mark Jones from here in Rockfish was 4th. And this young man, 15-year-old Josh Smith, coming all the way from Somerville, South Carolina, down close to Charleston, come home 5th in his first start.
You know, the horsepower in
First
those
time he ever
600.
raced.
Yeah.
Wow.
Those 600 cars, I had to look it up myself. They got 4-stroke motors in them. You can get around that racetrack pretty quick in a 600cc. So it's exciting racing. 270,
3/8 of a
600,
mile.
3/8 mile. In the Legend Series, I had no doubt. We got to take a pause for a minute.
Yo.
Here comes Roll Tide.
Now,
No, War Eagle,
here's
no
the
tide.
big spaghetti.
No tide,
I
no
got her.
tide.
And
I
you got my salad. No, come back. Come on. And you are?
Jessica.
This
All
is
right.
Jessica for Our Daily Bread, who just brought me my baked spaghetti. The Thursday special every week, $6.75. I'm gonna be challenged.
I could eat that twice.
Well, I'm gonna set this over here.
All
No, she's running away.
She's gone.
But hey, come down here and get some of this every Thursday. You're gonna love it.
All right, Billy Gomez.
Billy Gomez Jr.
He's been the top of the class in the Legend Series. He's got like 18 cars or something.
He won twice. He won in
No.
the
Yeah, what did he do? Did he win twice, or was there 2 different people?
He won the pro go-karts. He outran Brownie. And Chester Beeman was 3rd, and Zach Cober was 4th in the pro go-karts.
Okay.
In the Legends, Billy Gomez Jr., he won it, but he did not go flag to flag. Young man out of Rockfish, Eddie Daniels, actually grabbed the lead and led for, I think, 3 or 4 laps, and he came up on some back marker cars that probably cost him a possible
Could he have
shot
beat
at it.
Billy?
Yeah, he could have beat him.
Wow.
But the back marker cars got in his way, and he wasn't patient enough. You got to have patience to race.
It's kind of hard to, in a race car. I raced go-karts in Germany on a modified track. It really, truly, it's about going fast, but it's also about seizing the moment at the right time. You know, you can sit there and everybody's full throttle, pedals on the floor, everybody's rolling. But if you can get through the turns at a smooth rate and stay upon your opponent at the right time, you hit him at the right time. Not literally hit him, but if you get around him on the right time, you can make a pass.
So
But
you
these
talk about
guys,
back cars. These were cars that he should have lapped, or he just got behind the traffic and couldn't.
slower cars, is that what
Yeah,
it is?
he got behind
Okay.
a slower car, and
He could. Okay.
it just didn't use patience, because if he could have got around him, he could easily pick
Now,
up a
now when
win.
you're the slower car, meaning you're not going to win the race. You're out of
Okay.
competition.
All right.
The rule of thumb is for you to just move to the right.
Right. And see what happened.
Allow you the
The
leader to
flag's
pass.
going to actually give the move over flag.
Okay. Okay.
And when that's displayed, you're supposed to move up or down, whichever way he tells you. in the
What
rival
happens if
meet.
you don't?
Okay.
Well, if you don't, it could be a total disaster, you know?
So was
Black
this a
flag.
violation that somebody may have done this week, or no?
No, I'm not going to say it's a violation. I'm saying it's a rookie mistake.
Okay. Okay. I got you.
It's a rookie mistake. That's what it was.
Okay.
So if you got a young driver out there and you're giving him the move over flag, they call it something else. I forgot what they call it. And you don't move over. They give him 1 or 2 chances to move over, but ultimately, if he doesn't learn the lesson, they're going to do what?
They're going to get him out of the way.
They're going to black flag him.
Yeah.
Or
somebody's going to get him out of the way.
Or somebody's going to push him out of the way.
Yeah.
Right.
And we don't want them pushing them out of the way, not in those carts, because I saw one flip last year. It wasn't fun.
There wasn't that many wrecks. There were some hang-ups, though. But, I mean, they got out there immediately, got them untangled, and they kept racing.
And wasn't
that many cautions.
We got a good program in the book. Didn't take all night. That's what we harp on. Get you in there, give you a good racing program, and get you out of there.
And y'all were out of there by 8:30?
That's
8:35.
right.
Golly.
I was leaving the tire in my truck, headed to the house.
That's right.
That's pretty good there. You start racing, gates open at 2, practice at 4, racing at 5, you're out by 8:30. You can't beat that for family fun and entertainment.
But most of all, the cost is economical and it's family fun and family entertainment. No drinking on the premise at any time. And we want everybody to come and have a good time with us.
That's right.
I had a lot of fun.
Then we have security this year.
And that's with security. Give me the last 2 classes.
All right, let me go to the Legends top 5.
All right.
Gomez got the win, but Eddie Daniels, he's going to be a strong competitor in this division. He'll settle for runner-up spot. Mike McDonald, the Brownies touring rider out of St. Paul's, was in the 3rd spot. Mike Walter making his first start. He was making his first start in a car that ran with Archie Graydon last year, and he was 4, and Ricky Tyler Cushman was 5. This year, or this week, I should say, I'm looking for Jonathan Crooms in the house. I'm looking for the Colonel. Brad Food. I don't know who that, but
What about that 43 car?
that 43 car done pretty good.
Looked good in the heat.
Wasn't there a car for sale, though?
Yeah, that is a 43.
Oh, he ran.
So they didn't run. He's got it on the jack stand. It's for sale. Anybody wants a Legend car, you call Brownie at Brownie's Towing, and he'll give you a special price for the next week. You got to buy it in the next week to get this special price.
And you got to mention you heard it on the What's Happening Hoke show.
There we go.
All right, what else division you want to go to?
Just finish them out, pro go-karts, then the mini pro.
Okay, in the pro go-kart, like I said, Billy Gomez Jr. got the win. Brownie settled for a runner-up finish. Chester Beeman out of Fayetteville ran 3rd, and Zach Cooper out of Rowland was 4th. And the mini pros, Levi Brown got the victory, and he said he's going to win the championship. He'll be 11 years old. He's 11 years old. Next month, he'll be celebrating his 11th birthday.
All right.
Kim Oxendine, the lady driver over in Stony Point, ran in 2nd. And Eric Cardona, better known as NASCAR 23.
NASCAR 23. Social media folks.
He was 3rd in the rundown.
All right, what's going on this weekend?
This week, it's going to be, no, we ain't got time to be off. We got to race. This week it's going to be
20% chance of rain, though.
Hey, 20% is nothing at the racetrack. Hey, we're good to go. Hey, if it's 20%, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Just get your money together and come on out and have a good time. Ashley Sam, Bill Dawson. He's been a great supporter of the racetrack ever since we got there. And he's going to be our title sponsor this week. We're going to run all divisions and want the fans to come out and enjoy the races because it's going to be a lot of action. And as I say, action is the main attraction at the Rock of Hope.
It sure
We
is.
got a lot more cars this week.
Yeah, we're going to have more cars this week.
Of the winners, this is what I was going to ask. The guys that won last week, were any of those previous champions from the previous season?
Billy Gomez.
Billy Gomez was
Gomez, he won it last
so
year,
he's back where he's
He's trying to defend his title. He's trying to defend his
Was
title.
Colton Beasley, was he a champion?
No, he won the champion last year.
He was getting his stuff together.
Okay.
But he was running strong toward the end.
Right.
So Billy Gomez Jr. is back where he started last year defending his cup.
But like I said, keep an eye on this division.
Okay.
This is going to be a very exciting division. We got some talented drivers, and this class is going to continue to grow.
That's with the Legends.
Right.
The Legends division.
All right, gates open at 2, practice at 4, racing at 5, home by 8:30 or 9. Larry Long from Rockfish Speedway. Thank you, brother.
No problem.
Thanks, Larry.
Hey, I hope you had a good time.
I did, man. I'll be DVDs on sale this weekend.
$10.
$10. $10 a DVD per race. And
Very
coming
good.
back, I want to talk. Where is Levi?
Right there, man.
I want to bring Levi Brown in here. I want to
Right.
talk to him about that burnout. Thanks, Larry.
Welcome back to the What's Happening Hoke show at our Daily Bread Cafe in Rockfish, North Carolina. Hal Nunn here with you. Glen Young from GPS Photography and Video. Raekwon behind the camera from IMPI Network. And we're sitting here with the next big star of Rockfish Speedway, young 11-year-old Levi Brown. Got the win in the first weekend of racing this year. Levi, how you doing, man?
Well, it's fun year just starting out with last year was a rough season, but we pulled through with, I think, 4th in the championship, and I hope for this year at least get a top 3.
How long have you been racing?
Racing since I was 4.
4 years old. So he's already got, what, 6-7 years under your belt racing. You got a win already in 2015. He's in the mini pro go-karts. What do you have a goal for this year? Do you have something you want to accomplish?
I want to accomplish to keep my car together after the season.
Okay.
With my dad, it's so hard to get them back together because he doesn't like the cold. So hope that I can just keep it together so we're not behind starting out with.
So mainly you just want to keep the car together and make it through the season unscathed.
And make my sponsors proud.
Make your sponsors. Mention some of your sponsors.
Well, I got Our Daily Bread and the Rockfish Christian Academy across the street. Then I got Robert's Used Cars, Brownies for Fine Towing Service, and that's all for this year. Hopefully I can get some more this year.
Rockfish Christian Academy, that's where you attend.
Yes.
And I hear you're an A-roll student, right?
I hope so.
All right.
Tell me
you got something?
Tell me something, Levi. Now, were you nervous during this race? This is the first race of the season. What were you thinking as you
got in the car,
made those laps? Take me through that process.
Well, you know, I just gotta take myself and just gotta calm down and just get ready because I know this. If you're always panicking, you're not gonna win anything.
So don't panic.
Don't
Number
panic.
1. Okay.
Be calm.
There we go.
And what else?
And just try to stay up front as much as you can, but don't get into any wrecks. Like
Now you led the whole way.
No, I did not.
You not.
Coming up on the heat race, Kimberly Loxton down and spun out, and I almost hit her.
Mm-hmm.
But then after that, I led the whole heat race into the main.
Okay, I got you. Tell me about the burnout. Was that something planned, or that's just something?
Did you plan that, or you just did it?
Last year, I've always watched people when they did burnout, so I figured it was something fun to do, just to do it, because I did it last year, the one that I won.
Okay.
So then I always do that just to.
So that's your signature.
There we go.
Okay.
Instead of going around the track backwards.
I think Glen was impressed.
I
with your
was.
burnout.
He took the flag, rode around there, and then he burned out. I mean, so you think you're gonna win this week?
I'm gonna win.
What's your biggest competition? You're gonna win.
Who's your biggest tough competitor?
He's already making a prediction.
I've never said a girl, but that girl Kimberly Loxton has got a car.
Kimberly Loxton is tough. Huh?
She's tough. She's a tough competitor. She's
Yeah.
gonna be in there. She's gonna be battling you all year long. So y'all keep it clean. Not a lot of dirty stuff. You get out there and you race, have a good time.
We'll be following the number 30.
A.
The number 38. 38.
Not 38, but 38.
38. Okay.
38. All right. That's young Levi Brown. Shake his hand there. You're
Good job,
a big,
man.
You're a big star now. You're on the movie channel, TV channel, and the internet. So we're going to wrap this show up.
He says he's going to win this Saturday.
He says he's going to win. So y'all go out there and check him out. Glen, you got something to dig into.
Oh yeah. Now did you try the spaghetti?
Have you ever had it?
No.
Yes, I had it once.
Is it?
You don't like it? Hey, I love it.
I'm a barbecue fan.
You a barbecue fan?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's fine.
Man after my own heart.
Hey, check us out next week right here
Come
at Our Daily Bread. What's Happening Hoke Show. Come check us out.
That's right. Check us out on Facebook and Twitter. What's Happening Hoke. Be here at 4 o'clock every Thursday. If you got something you want to bring up, we'll put you on camera and we can talk about it. For Glen, Hal, and Raekwon, and young Levi, have a great day. We're here at Our Daily Bread Cafe in Rockfish every Thursday at 4 o'clock. And we want you to come in. Check us out where?
Right here at Our Daily Bread. Right here on Rockfish Road. Every Thursday, 4 to 5. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on YouTube. This show is for Hoke, by Hoke. It's your show. So check us out.